Okay, so this is the second straw bale house in Hungary, you're saying?
Well, that's the second one, the second residential building. I helped build another one, but that was um, it was a heating house or a furnace house or something like that. It was in a eco village. I helped build that, but it wasn't a residential building. But this is the second residential building in Hungary.
Okay, and where are we?
We are in Boda, which is in the southern part of Hungary, not far from Pécs. Small village, 300 people live here.
And you built this house?
Well, this is a non-load bearing house, which means that the weight of the roof and things, it is supported by the posts, which are made from black locust. There were some builders which put up did the foundations and did a lot of the basic frame. But once the basic frame was up with the roof, then we did everything else pretty much.
So a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now let me show this whole. Okay. So how big is the house?
It's about including the story upstairs, it's about 80 square meters or so. So probably about 50, a bit more than 53 square meters or so downstairs, and then another 25 or so upstairs.
Okay. I'll take some shots from each side.
Okay.
Outside.
Need to do from the back side. Eastern side, and originally this is where we stored all the firewood. The only heating in the house is with a wood-fired masonry stove, masonry heater. And originally I had different platforms here for storing the wood under the roof, and that would store about 2 years firewood here.
So, like, one of the reasons why it is good to build a house like this is because you save a lot of money on the heating, right?
The savings on heating are unbelievable. Well, they were for me. I knew that the insulation would be extremely good, which is why we built a straw bale house. But we use about as much wood in a year as the average house of a similar size in the village uses in 1 month. So we use about 2 cubic meters of wood per year.
That's interesting. So this is the eastern side.
This is the eastern side.
So positioning is very important, right?
Yeah, well, for the whole house we positioned it so it is it's not positioned according to the site here. It's exactly south facing. So the big windows are on the south facing side. It's important to have a big terrace there, which means that in summer all of the no sunlight goes into the windows at all downstairs, but in the winter when the sun's low in the sky, it shines right into the windows.
So it's the old Hungarian peasant architecture, kind of.
That's right, and it has a lot of. It's become fashionable to talk about passive houses and things like that, which rely on that they have a lot of south-facing windows and a terrace, which helps shade the house in the summer.
Okay. So this is the western side.
This is the western side, and it's important with the house is relatively small, which means that if you can build a terrace or something, there's another 20 square meters or so here. There's another 10 meters or so along there. If you can build outside, which means that you can live outside for most of the summer, so you can you don't have to cook inside. If you can cook outside, it means that you don't heat up the house. And things like that.
So is that your grill?
Yeah, it's a sort of hybrid. I haven't really seen anything similar. It's based on a rocket stove. They make rocket stoves, but they usually make them out of steel. This is one made out of old stovepipe or chimney, and bricks and insulation. And it works reasonably well, although I've burnt out the stovepipe, so I've had to. A couple of weeks ago, I put in a whole lot of new plaster on the stovepipe. So we've cooked on it today, so I'll have a look at it and see how well it's handled today's cooking.
Yeah.
This stovepipe's here's the beginning of my new rocket stove, which I might feed into an earth oven or something like that. It's a lot bigger than the other one. The steel's heavy duty steel, so it should last a lot longer.
So, and this is the northern side.
This is the northern side, so this is the back of the house. This is the part we don't want you to see.
So, and that's the air vent.
Oh, there's an air vent there. Yeah. It's good to, where possible, it's good to suck in air from the northern side because in the summer, because that's the coolest part.
So when did you finish completing this?
About 4.5 years ago.
4.5 years ago. Okay. So we are inside the house now.
This is it's all open plan, so the kitchen and the living room, they're all drawn together. There's the masonry heater there, which heats the whole house. We haven't got any gas coming into the house at all.
Okay, and what's that over there?
Well, this is a tradition with straw-bale houses. You build what they call a truth window, where you can see the original straw bales underneath.
So that's what's inside the wall.
Yeah.
How thick are the walls?
About the straw bales are about 50 centimeters thick, and then we've got about 5 centimeters or between 4 and 5, 6 centimeters of plaster. Earth plaster on top of that.
Earth. So it's like what is the English name for this? A bow? Cob.
Cob plaster. So that's clay, straw, and sand. It all depends on how much sand you put on how much clay is in there.
So there's basically one room here, living room.
Yeah, kitchen, dining room.
And this stove provides the heating for your house, whole house.
Yeah. Yeah, that heats our whole house.
Yeah.
And we normally, in winter, we light it once a day. If it's really, really cold, we might light it twice a day.
And why are the walls rounded here?
Well, it's important when the walls are this thick. If you round them like this, then you can see how much light is reflected. If the walls came out like this, it blocks a lot of the light.
Yeah.
It can't go through here, and it spreads the light.
I see. And this is the kitchen. Okay. And the dining room. And that's where you have the bathroom, which is occupied right now.
That's right.
This is the remains of the lunch. This is storage, right?
Yeah, under here. Originally it was for firewood, but we just use it for storage there now.
Yeah. Whole bunch of hammocks here. But that's only for the children. Yeah. Okay. So basically what you do is you build the frame from, they have some carpenters build the frame from those beams, and then you put the straw bales around the frame.
That's right. And in this case we put the straw bales inside the frame, and then we plastered those. Yeah. And it's important from a legal point of view, talking to fire department, because we had to get permission from the fire department and things like that, and they said it's important that you say that it's a wooden house with straw bale insulation.
I see.
But what you can say, which is even better, which sort of exists, you can say it's a wooden house with cellulose insulation, natural cellulose insulation or something like that. And the standards for walls are completely different if it's a wall building material or insulation.
Yeah, but which is basically true. But
it's basically true.
Yeah, that's right. I see. So just use a fancy word for straw.
That's right. So something that the building department is happy with.
Yeah, I see. So like in terms of like fire security, this is a safe enough structure.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly safe.
No, shall I go upstairs?
Yep.
Nézd csak, mi ez? Bicikli? Kérdezte Baltazár. Igen, az válaszolta Pihye. Levél is van hozzá. Bugyónok és babócának a száználtól. Toljuk el nekik, javasolta Baltazár. Megfogták, és akkor az összes csomagolópapír lehullott az ajándékra. Nagyot nevettek. Nézd, ez egy tandem bicikli.